Hey everybody, before you watch the video, click subscribe. Would you please, pretty please? It would help us at Soul Boom so much. Click subscribe.
But I love the way that you think on such a large scope and big ideas. And this is where I think our two worlds coalesce, is in the essential idea that to change the world and make the world better, we're not talking about a different piece of legislation. We're not talking about tweaking some laws. We're not even talking about like gerrymandering or fixing overtime or even paying teachers more or whatever. All of these things are super important, right. Not downplaying them. But what you're talking about in Team Human and in all of your work is a systemic change that is so radical as to defy how the human brain works. Right here, you've been sitting lecturing like, why do we need jobs? The thesis of Soul Boom is kind of like, our systems are based on the very worst of humanity, on the fears and needs of those ape people at the beginning of 2001 with their clubs huddled under the ledge. Greed, fear, one-upsmanship, backstabbing, every man for himself, power struggles, the idea that increased power then will allay the fear that you're talking about, that primal kind of human anxiety. So I'm talking about spiritual solutions to flip systems on their head. Can we base systems on compassion, altruism, service, and draw on our better angels rather than our day-to-day demons?
We can. And it's hard for people though. It's hard. So like the one I've been trying out lately is for just this is borrow a drill. That's what I've been telling people. So I had to hang a picture of my daughter. She graduated high school, got the picture, got to put it up. I don't have a drill. So what am I going to do? All right, if I'm thinking like me, regular American doofus, I'm going to go to Home Depot, get a minimum viable product drill, right? Get the $79 rechargeable Ryoki, whatever they are, and come back, use it once to drill the hole in the wall and put it back, stick it in the garage.
By the way, that's exactly what I did. I moved into a new house. I went and got a Miata drill at Home Depot, $139, the full drill set. I used it to hang a couple of pictures when we first moved in. It sat in my garage. It hasn't been touched in 3 years.
And you take it out of the garage in 3 years when you finally need it again, you're not going to get the damn thing to charge. It's not going to work, and you're going to throw it out. So what have you done to hang that picture? You've sent kids in the Congo into a rare earth mine to get the metals, right? To get the metals to make the rechargeable parts of this drill. You've spent all this carbon to construct the thing, you've used it twice, and then you've thrown it out where another kid in Brazil is going to have to go on a toxic waste dump to find the renewable parts to sell them to Apple to stick in a phone so we all feel good that we used a phone that used renewable shit. What you could have done, and this is the hard part, I could walk down the street to Bob's house. Bob's always got his garage open. He's lathing things and routing. He's doing things I don't even know what it is, to doors and
He's
windows.
listening to baseball games on AM radio.
Exactly, my God. I could go, this is the hard part. Bob, can I borrow your drill? Right? Think about all the problems with that. All the problems. First, I'm asking, what's Bob going to do? Bob's going to, first he's going to say, Rushkoff, I'm not going to let you borrow. I'm going to come over with the drill because you don't know how to find a stud. You're going to ruin the whole friggin' thing. I'm going to come, and he's going to come over with a metal drill that plugs in the wall like God intended, right? Make the hole, stick it up, put an anchor and a thing in the stud. The picture's going to be up there.
Thou shalt use plug-in drills. Right. None of these rechargeable drill nonsense.
But
humans.
Then what? Is Bob going to ask me to then maybe the next week, his daughter's having a problem on her algebra regents study? And Doug, you're a nerd. Can you come over and show her how to do quadratic equation? Or I'm having a barbecue at my house the next weekend. Bob's going to see I'm having a barbecue and I got someone from 2 blocks over is coming and he's going to think, wait a minute. I let him drill. And now he's like, so I'll invite Bob over, right?
It starts to get complicated.
Now Bob's over. And now the other neighbors are thinking, well, why do they have? And before long, I'm going to have a block party with all these people over. And then we're going to start talking about, well, why did you invite Bob over? Well, because, we borrowed this drill and all that. And he goes, well, someone's going to get the idea that maybe we don't all need to have our own lawnmower. What if we had like 3 lawnmowers on the block and we shared it? Because no one really uses a lawnmower more than 2 or 3 hours a week. And all of a sudden, now we're going to have a sharing library. We're all going to be friends. We're going to be each other's faces. Bob's going to want to come over to my Hanukkah party and invite me to the Christmas party. They're going to make brownies, right? The nightmare is the dream.
The Soul Boom Podcast. Subscribe now on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever else you get your stupid podcasts.